Welcome to the Museum of Aquarium and Pet History. Thank you for coming. This is Countdown to Christmas. It is Christmas week 2025. We are excited. We've got a big deluge, a bunch of rain coming in, so we're all excited about that. We love the rain here, so that's not a problem for us. Today I want to basically talk about one of the conservators for the museum, which is Lynn Hessler. She's a lifetime artist. She basically painted like 16th Chapel ceilings her whole life for a different company, and she's a painter and she exhibits at a bunch of different galleries around town. But she needed a day job, and I coaxed her into basically working as a conservator for the museum. And I've given her these really unique projects, like for instance, when we get a donation from an abandoned farm that had pet products, and we get products like this in, a vintage Metaframe heater, and of course it's completely warped, the cellophane's gone. I mean, this is how it comes in. So we have to basically restore this or get rid of the box, which we don't want to do. So the restoration process is really very involved. We have to first of all get new cellophane, then we have to clean the box with latex sponges or special chemicals that we use. Then you steam the box. Then after you steam it, you can put foam inside here to try to get it to the right shape. You also can use low tension rubber bands to get it to the right shape. Then you let it dry. Once it dries, it should dry in the right position. Then you put everything back in it, put new cellophane on it, tape it back on. If you have to make a new lid, like this one's missing, then you could Xerox the bottom. You could do a color Xerox on cardboard, and you cut it out and put it on the top. So it'll be a reproduction, but at least you'll have a top. It won't be missing. So all that would probably take at least 2 hours at a cost of about $100. So restoration is not cheap. It's not for the faint of heart, but we don't want to throw this stuff away, so we actually spend the money. In fact, I have an invoice from her for 1 week, and it was for $900 for restoring paper items. So you could see when we ask for donations, we really mean it. We love it. So all you guys that donate product or you donate cash, whatever money, then we're very excited about that. So here's another one. This is a grow well. This is pre-Metaframe, and this is an aquarium heater. This is going to have to be steamed. It's going to have to be foam stuffed, and then low tension rubber bands, and so we can get it to dry in the correct shape. This one has an incredible rip on it, so this is a tough one. This is going to have to be steamed as well. Then once it's wet, we're going to have to again tape the inside of the box with some conservator tape, and then again foam stuff it and rubber band it and try to get it back in the regular shape. Another one that's very dirty, a Metaframe guppy breeder. And another one, this is really dusty, dirty. This is a Grow Well AirX pump and filter set. So this is how a lot of this stuff comes in. Now let me show you how some of it comes out. So these hamster goodies and dog goodies, this was missing the whole back, so she replaced it with cardboard. This was missing the top, so she actually incorporated a Xerox top from a good box, and she kind of painted it in. Some of these had tears on them, whatnot, but she cellophane wrapped them after she did the boxes. Here is a rare Metaframe Clear King. This was just destroyed. It's amazing she got this put back together because you could see it's got stains on it, but the stains were much worse. This corrugated is so fragile on the edges in here. It's all taped on the inside, so it'll save it. So that's another one that she's actually saved. Oops. Here's a cool one. This is One Spot Flea Killer. And this is the point of purchase display. We actually have the cans, but I didn't put them in here. But this was gone too as well, and she actually restored this one. And the cool thing about this company is they're in a lot of the books on Americana. They had a building that was this logo here. This looks like a Keeshond dog, and the building was shaped like the Keeshond dog, and it said One Spot Flea Killer. Unfortunately, the building's no longer there, but if you look it up on the internet and you just put in One Spot Flea Killer, you could see a picture of the building. It's actually very, very cool. Turtle bowls. This is one that had a label. It's missing the palm tree, but it did have a label on it. Bernard Edwards Company, Beco, which made the plastic bird cage. They also made plastic turtle bowls. And so why not? They're a plastic extruder, so they can actually make things like this. This is from the 1960s, and it's rare to find them with a label. Then we've got a Eureka heater, not common at all. This was just completely waterlogged and in bad condition. This is neat. This is a Junior Aquarium hobby set with floating hatchery. And this was, you could see the stains up here, but this had a ton of work had to go into this one just to bring it back to this condition. And this was by Growell. You can see the Growell logo on the side. Another dog thing, Nutty Donuts for dogs, the perfect treat for a good dog. This was a cool one, and I think, yeah, we had some labels that were like torn like that. They were cellophane. These are original labels. She took them and she got large pretzels and she put the pretzels in them to make it look like the donuts. So I thought that was very innovative. So we have the doggy donut with a actual person pretzel in it. So we can basically keep this POP alive and put it in the museum. We've got a chew pipe. That's kind of cute. That's 1960s, early 60s probably. We have Wardley's Turtle Pack. These came in really rough shape. This was really hard to get any of them good. You could see this is damaged on the actual container. But you've got ant eggs and the turtle food, which was probably shrimp. And you've got a little sulfa block, which they call a turtle neutralizer. So probably that was to neutralize the chlorine. And it's also for salamanders and lizards. Okay. Wardley's Turtle Pack. That was the heyday of the baby turtles, the 1960s. And we will do a longer video on turtles as pets coming up next year. Cat goodies. Again, when you cellophane wrap them, they look much, much better. But there's all kinds of damage you could see on the back that she had to mitigate. Rips and tears on the bottom. So she did a perfect job on these. Here's a rare heater. I've never heard of this company before. This is manufacturers of Aquatank, Slide-A-Lite, Polyfluffs, double wrought iron stands, Polypuffs, Hydro Flow Filter, and Charcoal. And it's M&L Aquatics in Canton, Georgia. I have never heard of this company, but again, this is on the East Coast, and we're always located on the West Coast. So that is an unusual heater that was very damaged, the box was. And she saved that one. Here you go. Miracles Hubba Bubba aeration filter. These were missing panels, completely missing panels, and she actually had to, in some cases, Xerox from other, we had one good one, to put the panels back on the actual box. It's kind of nice to save these things because just the package alone is just gorgeous. I really like this one with all the plants and whatnot. That's Hubba Bubba. Here you go for all your bird people again. Now your parakeet will bathe in the mirror bottom budgie bath. And it's got a little parakeet. He's singing and he's got a brush for his head. And then inside of it, this was really damaged, but inside you've got these little bathtubs. And some of the mirrors aren't in good shape, but they've got little mirrors on the bottom of them. So the budgie can hop in his bath and he can see himself in the bottom of the bathtub. Then we have Growell Clear King outside aquarium filter. Unusual. Growell was a big company in the day, back in the 60s. These were before we had the very high-end outside power filters with the sewing machine kind of motors on them. So this is an air-driven filter by the company Growell. And I think that is all I have. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I want to thank Lynn. Don't forget, if you haven't seen the December Mo-Off site, Meredith did the annual Christmas release, part 4 of the pet movie and show clips from 1930 onwards, including a 1930s clip of the New York Aquarium when it was in Castle Gardens. That's where it was at. Also, there's a pet octopus in there in one of the movies. There's an otter in one of the movies. And at the end, there's a surprise Japanese film with Amano-style aquariums that was supplied by ADA in Japan. So you got to check that out. That's at the end of that one. Also, on the articles, there's a former Voss birdcage museum in Germany from the Voss Cage Company, huge company in Germany, and they had a birdcage museum. It's no longer there, but we actually did the whole catalog. The third part of the German Aquarium Society history by Heijo, that's Dr. Herman. That's a new series. He's on part 3. Next month will be part 4. Really interesting because he talks about how the Nazis really had an influence and how they had to negotiate to even have the Aquarium Society meet. Emiliano Spada actually cracked the code and came out with the Italian manufacture of the opulent luxury aquariums that have been mistaken for jewel aquariums for years. So he actually found the company in Italy that made these crazy opulent aquariums that everyone mistakes for the jewels. January, we have Magnolia Bird Farm, Frank Miser, who just turned 100 years old about 1 month ago. So don't forget to watch that in January. And that is it. And I will see you again, folks. Have a wonderful week next week. Thank you.